anyone teach you how to fight?
Wanna play?
Who look at the extra maggot?
Who wants
A new chapter in the saga.
Elvis is charged! You lost! Obstacle course, bitch!
That was for my... Don't worry, you can still look at me. I can take it!
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Scared Soldier bringing another Borderlands 3 video, and in today's video I'm gonna be sharing with you my favorite Zane build in the game right now. So let's get right into it, how it's all set up. This is the run and gun Zane build version 3 for those who haven't seen it, but this is one of my favorite builds in the game, so let's get right into it. Now, for those who are new to Zane, again, the redistributor is a must-have weapon for him. Any version is perfect, but again, you want to have at least a redistributor. And then for the rest of the guns, you can use whatever guns you like, whatever your favorite weapon is. The Anarchy is the best shotgun in the game for now. Soul Render is a very, very good assault rifle, just for those who haven't used it yet. And Old Ridian is a very good redistributor look-alike that basically is good for single target enemies. This one is good for multiple enemies at the same time. So I have kind of a bit of different flavors over here. The shield I'm using currently is the Old God because I'm getting bonus cryo damage, and all my guns have, as you saw above, all the Sentinel active gain 100% damage as bonus cryo anointment on them. So therefore I'm getting another 20% bonus cryo damage on top of that with movement speed while my shields are full. And on this shield I have the anointment while Sentinel's active movement speed is increased by 15%. And this is one of Zane's best anointments because, again, the faster Zane moves, the more damage he does, so you want movement speed with your character Zane. Other shields I would recommend for this build if you want to be really, really crazy with it is, of course, the go-to, the Sidorak, one of Zane's best shields in the game for him, the run and gun Sidorak, because those depletions you see on the right side with the 22 weapon damage, the fire rate, and the movement speed depletions, those all stack every time your shield breaks. And for those who don't know what that means, is that basically every time somebody takes down your shield to 0, you get 22% free weapon damage. Then they do it again, 44% weapon damage, and this keeps going up and up and up until a certain point, and then it kind of cuts off. But if you want to be really crazy, you can pull out the run and gun, but for now I'm using the Old God just to switch it up. The other shield you guys can use is the Rough Rider, because Rough Rider is constantly considered depleted. So whatever depletion bonuses you see at the bottom, mine is 23% reload speed and 10% movement speed while depleted, so I will constantly have those bonuses no matter what, with, of course, a Sentinel anointment. Those are my 3 go-to shields right now for Zane. Right now I have the Old God on, though, for these purposes. I will unequip the class mod I'm using, but the class mod I'm using is the Seen Dead. Of course, this is Zane's best class mod in the game for versatility and just overall just constant damage, because he keeps reprocking his kill skills over and over during one single kill. So he doesn't actually have to finish a kill, all he has to do is deal damage, and it is considered a kill, which is really, really cool with this Seen Dead. The next thing you want to have is a reoccurring hex for mobbing scenarios, because again, reoccurring hex provides multiple grenades on the battlefield, and these do individual damage, and this damage keeps your kill skills active and also helps replenish your action skills. Then we are using for the artifact an Icebreaker Victory Rush, because this is a very consistent perk and you're doing bonus damage to frozen enemies of up to 40% with the level 57, and more crowd efficiency, which means you're freezing the enemies a lot easier to help give you more of those damage bonus procs. This one has Victory Rush, so you're getting 18% movement speed and damage for 60 seconds for just killing a badass, which is a hell of a long time. And you also get 3 really cool rolls on it. The one I have is 18% SMG damage, 9% movement speed, and cooldown rate, so it's a very, very good one. I would actually like to get a level 57 one like this, but this is a very, very awesome one. If you want to do a lot of boss farming, I would also recommend either the Snowdrift, because this one does absolutely the most damage Zane can possibly do. And then the Pearl of Inevitable. They just recently nerfed the Pearl of Inevitable. That's why I'm not recommending it for this build. They dropped it from 156% all the way down to 90. It's still very, very good, don't get me wrong, but I would say stick to it for bossing. Now let's get right into the skill tree, guys. I will unequip the class mod for you guys so you guys can get a better idea of what everything looks like without it. So let's get right into it. So the first tree we are going to start off with is the Hitman tree, and we will equip the Sentinel with the 2 augments of Bad Dose and Boomsday. Bad Dose is going to make Zane stronger, faster, and shoot faster and move faster, and that is all because of your Sentinel shooting out a radiation beam at enemies. And then since I'm not dependent necessarily on freezing enemies all the time, I could go with something like Winter's Drone or Static Field, which is the 2 other ones that are really, really good. I like to use the Winter's Drone to help me freeze a little more enemies, because I'm not dependent on having a full shield with the way this build is set up, okay? Next, first things first, we want Violent Speed, because that is just a go-to as a character like Zane to get more movement speed, and that stacks twice, and also Violent Momentum to get more gun damage the faster I'm moving, so those 2 perks go really well together. Then I'm going to be giving 5 points into Cool Hand, which is going to give me way more reload speed, and again, reload speed is huge to get in and out of action, and again, to constantly keep putting out damage. And again, the more output of damage you're doing, it means you're constantly keeping your health steal up and up and up, so you always have infinite health. Then with Drone Delivery, this is going to allow you to drop your grenade class mod with your drone once every 15 seconds, so you want to have that to get the hexes out. Death Follows Close is going to benefit all of your kill skills by providing more bonus damage or effectiveness anyways by 25%, and also increasing the duration of all your kill skills. And then 5 points into Salvation. Now, some people might look at me like, oh, you only need 1 point, you only need 2 points, whatever. This is not the purpose about how many points you need. This is not the argument. This is to take this build to a new level. Like I said, this is my favorite Zane build in the game for a reason, and this is because it's very versatile at the same time. If I use an SMG that has a little bit less damage per shot than, let's say, a sniper, it's going to take me longer with only 1 point in Salvation to instantly fill up my health. So I can basically use any single gun in the game, and with almost every single shot have instant full health with every shot. So this is why, like, Salvation really makes it overpowered, and it's one of Zane's best survival perks in his kill tree. Then Violent Speed. This is pretty self-explanatory. This is fire rate. Fire rate again equals more DPS, so again you're gonna be outputting damage a lot faster, which is the whole purpose of this build, to be an absolute maniac. Then we're gonna have 5 points into Playing Dirty, because this is going to allow us to sift through all of our class mods, because not all of our class mods are created equally. They have different bonuses. Not all the class mods give us 3 points into Playing Dirty, let's say, or 2 points or 1 point. Some of them don't even give you a point in Playing Dirty. So no matter what class mod I'm using, I will always have the maximum bonus with Playing Dirty, which is the whole purpose of this. Then finally, this is Good Misfortune, and this is going to allow you to keep up your action skills for a very, very long time, if not infinite, given the right situation. And this is what's going to keep them active. Then finally, Seeing Red. This is a quality of life bonus, and this is also very versatile, and this is why I like this build, because you can go and boss Grave Ward and also Tyrene, and just activate all your kill skills and do maximum DPS right out the gate. And also for when you start the Takedown or Proving Grounds or whatever, right away before your first kill, the first thing everybody does is activate their action skills with Zane. and that will allow all your kill skills to be activated. So right off the rip, you will be doing maximum damage, which is really, really fun, and it only costs 1 point. So like I said, this is a very fast-paced build, guys. Lastly, the last tree we're going to spec into is the double agent tree. This, we're going to get some more free gun damage from Synchronicity and also Donnybrook. Donnybrook doesn't only give us gun damage, but also health regeneration, which is insane. And then we're going to put some points into mag size, again, because we want a lot of DPS. So again, we're going to have a bigger mag, meaning we're going to be shooting for longer, which is really, really awesome. And then finally, borrowed time. This is going to keep our action skills active for a really long time. And not only that, borrowed time helps keep Synchronicity active, Supersonic Man active for longer, because these two perks over here are dependent on having your action skills active, and that is what borrowed time helps you do. Lastly, we will be speccing into Supersonic Man, and this is going to give you some more movement speed. And Zane is a character that the faster he moves, the more gun damage he does. So again, this perk alone gives us another 24% gun damage, because again, it's 12% per active action skill, and we have 2 active action skills. So that gives us a free 24% movement speed bonus, which is going to make us extremely fast, doing a ton of damage, a ton of DPS, reloading super fast, and all that good stuff. So this whole tree is a very fast-paced one. Now you can see we are not spec'd into the green tree for this build. Unlike the Bloodstain build that I posted a couple days ago, this one is an all-out Zane build, super fast setup. Now again, you guys might be a little concerned because you do lose a bit of Confident Competence, but nonetheless, Confident Competence is kind of a hit and miss kind of perk anyway, because the times your shield is not always full or half full or whatever the case is, you're not always consistently getting that 35% gun damage anyway, so you're gonna really not notice a huge difference without Confident Competence anyway. And then some of you also might be a little scared to not use All-Rounder, but trust me, the way this build is set up, just with the 5 points alone into Salvation, you will never die, especially just with Salvation alone, and you're moving so fast that people can never really even hit you. So just the normal barrier is fine, and the barrier equipped is going to help you amp your shots. That is why it's so important, because all those shots amped is going to deal more damage, and especially for a gun like the Redistributor, it's going to help you chain every single shot you do, which is going to do maximum damage with the Redistributor. So with that being said, guys, let's equip the class mod right back, and we're going to get some gameplay with this setup right here for you guys. This is the Run and Gun Zane build level 57 edition. So I hope you guys try it out. Please let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and don't forget to smash that like button for your boy. Let's get 100 likes on this video, and also don't forget to sub to the channel, guys, for more content, because again, guys, we are on the rise. We hit 500 subs recently. We're almost at 550. Thank you guys so much for the support. Now let's go ahead and enjoy some gameplay. To start off, we are headed into the slaughter shaft, where we are fiending with all the mobs around us. This is a perfect chance to try out the build and see how effective it is versus a big group of mobs, taking a lot of damage from many different angles. We are first starting off using the old god shield with the cryo bonus damage, and already it's paying off, but you do see that it does become empty, so unfortunately we do lose some of that movement speed bonus when it is not full, but it seems to be getting full pretty fast. Now we are using the Redistributor right here in this clip, and we are chaining many enemies, ripping through them, no problem whatsoever, and it's very easy to stay alive, as you guys see, even with the All-Rounder. And that is one of the major things I wanted to highlight in this little clip over here, guys. And you see I'm absolutely tearing it up with the Redistributor so far, having no problem staying alive, absolutely going through the slaughter shaft, no problem at all. Now in this over here, we got the Soul Render. Now we pulled out. Now we switched over to the Sidorak, which was one of the 3 shields I talked to you guys about. And already again, we are still in the same slaughter shaft. We're just in a different round right now, and we are again shooting every enemy on sight. And as you see, we are doing plenty of damage, even without Confident Competence, as I was stating before. And again, with the Sidorak, it is a very low level shield. Even with a small capacity of 28, it is very easy for us to stay alive with this shield, because again, the most important thing with Zane is having health steal. He is not a shield character like Moze. Moze has Bloodletter and everything like that that really boosts her shield regeneration, and she can make a super insane shield. Zane is more of a health steal character who can have insane health regeneration, and that's why I like to take advantage of that. And I do not like the green tree too much, because it is very it's important for the green tree to have your shield full for a lot of the perks, and if they're not full, you don't reap all the benefits. So that for me is not something consistent that Zane can necessarily keep, and it kind of limits you to the shields you can use with the green tree. You're kind of stuck to just using something like a Sidorak or a big boom blaster. But with this setup here, it does not require you to even, doesn't matter what shield you're using. Essentially, you can use any shield that you want. The three that are suggested I find are probably the best for Zane right now in terms of overall damage, fire rate, and just overall productivity. And it's a fast-paced setup. As you guys see, I'm just running over super fast to the next enemies, dealing a lot of damage. So as you see, damage is absolutely not a problem at all, and I'm really having a lot of fun. The couple things I want to make sure you guys knew about was that it's important to keep in mind that you have to pay attention a lot to your mini map, because you are a little more vulnerable from your back, of course, since you only have a front facing shield. But nonetheless, if you guys are good at looking at your mini map and seeing where those red dots are on your screen, it has no problem. Now in these gameplays that I'm showing you guys, the most important thing I want you guys to pay attention to is, first of all, my health, and seeing how fast my health regeneration is every time I'm shooting enemies. It basically instantaneous that I maximize my health. And I also wanted to highlight how much damage this build is doing. It is insane. It doesn't matter what weapon I am. I'm trying to mix it up for you guys. I put the soul render on. I use also the old Iridian and the redistributor and a bit of anarchy, kind of give you guys a different feel. I mean, these are some of the best guns in the game, of course, so why would you not use them if they're there? You can also use whatever gun you want with this build, but these are some of the main guns you want to use. Now if you're new to Zane, again, the faster you move, the more weapon damage you're doing. So it is always important to spec into movement speed. Now you see with the anarchy too, guys, if you guys do choose to use this gun, you can literally shoot on the ground, on the wall. As long as it's near enemy, it will kill the enemies. And this is such a fantastic gun if you like to use Zane, because it's super fast paced. Just make sure when you reload the weapon, do not run into the gun that you throw, because it's a T-door. You can kill yourself quite often. It happened to me a lot. We are in the final round of the slaughter shaft, and you see, guys, we didn't go down once unless it was due to our fault. But again, it's super easy. There's nothing really else to explain, guys. The gameplay is speaking for itself. Wait till we get to the final test, which is again at the Malian 1 takedown. Until we get the new 2.0 Mayhem, my Malian 1 takedown is the best and most challenging content for us. We will be running it in true takedown mode, so I'll meet you guys over there. Over at the takedown mode, we are going to enable true takedown mode and then press the start button, and in 3, 2, 1, we are going to be going into the action. The gun I have equipped right now is that new DLC 2 I don't know how to say it. It's a new Jacobs assault rifle, and it is really good. I think it also attaches sticky grenades to the enemies, and the way you see me shooting, this is not a full automatic weapon. This is actually a single firing weapon, but I have a really fast trigger finger from Call of Duty back in the day, so I'm really popping this gun off, and it does a lot of damage, to be honest. As you see, I didn't even shoot the enemy anymore, but it attaches sticky grenades to them and then blows up, so which is really cool. So you're going to see a combination again of a couple of guns. You're going to see things like the redistributor. Again, you just saw the new Jacobs assault rifle in action. You also see probably the anarchy, and those are obviously the go-to weapons that I want you guys, and I suggest for you guys to use. Now, this is one of the most important things. As you guys see in the build, again, I chose to use the Sidorak shield again because it is my favorite shield in the game. Just the way it works, it literally was like it was made for Zane. So I recommend that as your #1 shield. And obviously, you see that the capacity is really low, and I'm having no problem staying alive simply because of the health steal provided from Salvation, which is huge. I want you guys to pay attention to how quickly my action skills refill, how fast my life refills when I do take damage. and also just the overall damage that I'm doing to these enemies. Keep in mind, this is true takedown mode, okay guys? This is no joke here. Some people are just completing it now. It's not easy. So I'm making it look easy, but it's not easy, guys. So that's why I want you guys to try out this build. As you see, my health instantly go full from when it was basically empty. So now we're going to go kill the Valkyries, and these sometimes can be a little troublesome for some people. I recommend right off the rip pulling out one of your weapons like a Brainstormer or a Redistributor right off the bat, because they're all bunched up together. And then to start shooting them so your gun chains them and does maximum damage. As you saw right there, they went right into immunity. And also for those who are maybe struggling with the Valkyrie squad, don't kill the ads right away. What I would suggest, if you guys do and are lucky to have a Redistributor, wait for them to start jumping down. So wait for the Valkyrie to drop down and wait for him to kind of go near the ads. Once he's around the ads, you will kill the Valkyrie extremely fast, because your shots are going to be chaining against all the other ads around him, and it's going to do an immense amount of damage. See right here in this gameplay, you see I'm just doing damage to him by himself with no ads around him. I'm doing decent damage, but the Redistributor is not known for killing individual enemies really fast. It's more for multiple groups of enemies. That's why I like to carry an old Iridian on me at times, but for this purpose of this video, I wanted to kind of complete the takedown a little faster, and most of the takedown is a lot of mobs, so I just kept a Redistributor on me for the most part in case there was any good drops I could come back to. But again, this is a really fast-paced build, guys, so be ready to be moving and grooving, because this build is not just about sitting around and sitting inside a comfy barrier. This is about moving and grooving and really doing a hell of a lot of damage with Zane. If you guys like a fast-paced build, the run and gun build is definitely for you guys, and you're gonna see too with the weapon selection how much it pays dividends. So you see right now my action skills are constantly full, because again, the good misfortune is keeping my action skills full, and it is making my life super easy. Now, one thing I wanted to address, guys, quickly is that I will be making a couple other builds for people who do not have the DLC as well. So I'll be making a couple builds and addressing that part and issue. And also I will be making, don't forget guys, I did not forget, guys, that there is obviously the Conductor class mod. I have a build for the brand new class mod for Zane. Don't worry, it's already done, it's already worked out. I'm gonna drop it soon. I just wanted to drop the version 3 of the run and gun build because it is due, and I want you guys to try it out for yourselves to see that you guys really don't need a shield for Zane. You don't really need a shield for Zane. You don't really need the all-rounder for Zane, and this video, all these gameplays you saw, proves it, that you do not need a shield for Zane. So it just gives you that versatility, and in this video it was all about proving that to you. Look how much damage I'm taking right now, and then instantly my health is full. Look at all the chaos around me. This is what Zane is all about, man. He's a mobster. He is a genius with mobbing enemies and absolutely dominating them. So I really hope you guys give this build a chance and try it out. I know it looks a little extreme not having your all-rounder, but trust me guys, I played with Zane quite a bit, and I can vouch heavily that it is well worth your time to try this out. Alright guys, so lastly, if you guys have any questions down in the comment section down below, let me know. I will answer every single one of you to my best of my ability. If you guys have any questions about the build itself, if you have any questions about farming, I will be there. And if you have any suggestions for the next video, let me know. I will keep the builds going. The next build, look out, is probably going to have the Conductor class mod in it, because it is the most recent class mod that was released, and I'm sure a couple people would like to try it out as well, not just keep using Seen Dead. Obviously Seen Dead is the best class mod for Zane in the game, no question about it, but it is nice to switch it up sometimes, and I can see why people would like to do so. They kind of get bored of the same old stuff. Nonetheless, we are going to pay a visit to Wotan very soon, and I'll give you a little hint guys. This kill takes about 45 seconds, and it could have been about 40 seconds if I was a little better with my shots. So yeah, this is without confident competence. Alright guys, so imagine like that's what I'm trying to tell you guys, is that it doesn't matter too much, because again, confident competence is not a very reliable perk all the time. Yes, you can keep your shields up pretty full for the most part, but at times it does go down here and there, and you do lose that bonus. So I rather consistency, and this is what that build is all about. It's about making Zane basically just OP from all parameters, making him a very versatile character. Now you see we're going up against the heavyweights for the last bit before we get to Wotan, absolutely shredding them. You see I'm not even shooting them, I'm just shooting the corner of the wall, and it's absolutely shredding the enemies. I love this gun so much, guys. I can't put it down right now. Hope you guys have tried the Anarchy yourselves. This is the times 20 maxed out Anarchy kinetic form. It doesn't have any element on it, and I find this is actually the best one, better than the elemental ones. To be honest, it does a hell of a lot of damage. So let's go. I hope you guys enjoyed the 45-second Wotan kill. We absolutely obliterated him. So don't forget to smash that like button for your boy. Let's hit 100 likes on this video, guys, and please subscribe to the channel for more content. I will see you in the next video. Enjoy the kill. It's your boy Scared Soldier signing out. Peace.
How's that for a takedown, you angry metal end table?